Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat, you're watching iGyaan, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the new Samsung Galaxy A8 Star. Now this phone's just been launched in India. It's going to be going on sale starting the 27th of August 2018, and the prices and the links to buying the device are in the description below. Let's quickly go ahead and unbox it and see what all is inside the box. Now you will see that the box does have the Indian SIM lock warning. So this device is designed for Indian SIM cards, and you need to use them with Indian SIM cards for 5 minutes for you to be able to use it overseas. So if you're planning on buying this phone and traveling, I would recommend that you pop in your Indian SIM card and then use it for a while. Let's quickly slice through the packaging. The first thing inside the box is another box that holds the SIM ejector tool and a few documentation booklets. If you go further inside, we do get the device itself. I'm just going to place it to the side for the time being, and I'm going to go further in. Inside the box also is a USB wall charger along with a USB to USB Type-C cable and a pair of in-ear style earphones from Samsung. Now that's mostly everything from the box. It's time to take a look at the device itself, and it's protected by quite a lot of packaging on all sides, so I'm going to get rid of all these plastics. Now over at the front, you do have the front facing camera. This is a 24 megapixel camera with an f2.0 aperture. Below that is a 6.3 inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display. Now this is an 18.5:9 aspect ratio display, and it does have rounded corners. This is what Samsung likes to call the infinity display. The Android buttons are on screen. And if you go towards the bottom of the device, you'll be able to see that it does have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB Type-C connector, microphone and speakerphone on the device, which is great. Over at the right, you do have the SIM tray. The SIM tray is a hybrid tray, so you can pop in either 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card. The micro SD card can be up to 400 GB as per Samsung. Now you can also see the power button on the right, and over at the top you do have a noise cancellation microphone. On the left, your volume buttons along with a dedicated Bixby key. Now if you're interested in revamping this, some of the apps that allow you to do that do work on this device. Now over at the back is where your main cameras are. There are 2 cameras. One is a 16 megapixel f1.7 camera, whereas the other is a 24 megapixel f1.7 camera. And what this device has is called the Dual IntelliCam, which allows the device to automatically switch between the 24 megapixel and the 16 megapixel depending on how much light is required. So if you're in a low light environment, the device will automatically pick the 24 megapixel camera, which does have the tetracell tech. Now tetracell uses 4 pixels to constitute a single pixel, so thereby increasing the size of a generic pixel and then hence improving low light performance. This works on the 24 megapixel camera, so you'll find yourself shooting with the 24 megapixel camera in low light environments. Over at the back also you can see the LED flash and the fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor is a squarish fingerprint sensor and sits towards the top of the device. So if you hold the phone only from the center, will you be able to reach the fingerprint sensor. And the phone is running Android 8 out of the box along with Samsung's Experience version 9. And with this, you get a really good overall usage case scenario. The device is quite responsive and really easy to use. The Super AMOLED display has really nice and popping colors and a good level of black, which makes it really interesting to use in all sorts of conditions. The display also has impressive viewing angles and good visibility indoors as well as outdoors. You do have a dedicated Bixby button, like I mentioned. You can pull in Bixby from there, and the device also comes preloaded with Samsung Pay Mini, which will allow you to make certain transactions using the Samsung Pay app that is enabled on this device. The phone does also have a certain bit of applications that are loaded in to the device. So some Microsoft apps including Word, Excel and LinkedIn are preloaded onto the device. You can disable them, but you can't completely uninstall them. You also get a whole suite of Google applications along with Samsung applications in their own individual folders. Now the camera app is quite extensive. You do have a few shooting modes that include a standard auto mode, a slow motion mode, which will allow you to capture slow-mo video. You do have stickers and a hyperlapse mode. You also do get a live focus on the A8 Star, which is basically proprietary flagship tech, which they've started to trickle down into devices like the A8 Star. So you can click an image and then go adjust the focus or the blur later on. And what's also interesting is that you now have the ability to change the kind of flares that you get in the background, the kind of bokeh you get in the background, and change it from different modes like a butterfly background, a flower background, or a star background, and even bunnies are in there. So this is really interesting. It'll allow you to really play with your images quite a lot. The front-facing camera also is a 24 megapixel camera, and it does have a selfie focus mode along with a standard selfie mode. You also do get the ability to get stickers on this, so you can install stickers before you capture the image. And you also have a wide selfie mode, which will allow you to capture quite a lot of information. So it's like a selfie panorama, allowing you to get a wider front-facing shot. Now, for those interested in learning more about the specifications, the device on the inside does have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 660, which is an octa-core chipset with 4 cores running at 2.2 GHz and 4 running at 1.8 GHz. The phone does have 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of onboard storage. And like I mentioned earlier, you can pop in a micro SD card for up to 400 GB additionally. The phone does support 9 volt and 1.67 amp charging, which is Samsung adaptive fast charging using the Type-C slot. For security, you can use the fingerprint sensor, or the device does have face recognition. We did end up playing games on the device to test it out, and you will find that games like PUBG, which are pretty intensive, will run at full graphics and are extremely smooth to play. The overall network connection I found on the device, including the Wi-Fi antennas, seem to be really strong, and even in areas where we usually get low Wi-Fi signals, the device managed to get a really good Wi-Fi connection. Now the phone is a metal and glass design, so you do have a 3D glass over at the back and a 2.5D glass over at the front, and the phone is only 7.6 millimeters in terms of thickness, which makes it a really comfortable device in a really comfortable size. Speaking of size, the phone is considerably large thanks to the 6.3-inch display. You do have a little bit of a forehead and a chin, but no bezels on either side. If you want to operate this device with one hand, you will have some issues unless you have big hands like mine. Like I said, the phone will be available from 27th of August. I'll leave links to buying it in the description below. There are also up to 9 months of interest-free EMI options available for the device, so you can pay for this in installments if you are looking to purchase this device. Now, of course, we'll be testing this device out to give you a review of whether this device is going to be worth your money. So if you have any questions or queries regarding the A8 Star, let us know in the comment section below. Do smash the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already a part of Team iGyaan. This has been Bharat. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.